بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Gentlemen and girls, it's my pleasure time to be with you today for the second session, and which is talking about grammar. As you see, gentlemen and girls, today we are talking about mega goal for the high school and secondary school for different cities in our kingdom. Anyhow, gentlemen and girls, today you are able to learn also you are what you eat. Okay, please, boys and girls, look at the page on page 56 and 57 in your book, and we are talking about the second section, which is talking about grammar. Let's see together. This is what you are going to learn here. All gentlemen and girls are able to learn phrasal verbs and phrasal verbs in a made up of a verb plus a particular. Also, students are able to differentiate between countable and uncountable nouns with quantifiers. Also, the students and boys and girls are able to differentiate between separable and non-separable phrasal verb. These with three-word phrasal verbs. In this kind of grammar, gentlemen and girls, we are talking about phrasal verbs. What kind of phrasal verbs that we have in our syllabus? This in Mega Goal 4 for the second grade of the higher schools. What kind of phrasal verbs that we have? We have three kinds of phrasal verbs. I'm going to teach you this one, inshallah. Anyhow, the other slide is talking about the first step or the first phrasal verb, which is talking about, as you see here, as I told you, gentlemen and girls, it's 50, 58 and 59. It's talking about this one. You have to go to your book and to check it about this one. Grammar 1, which is talking about phrasal verb, as you see here, gentlemen. Here we have here, it's not so clear with the signal here. We have phrasal verb is a verb that made up of a verb. Okay, number 1, a verb. Number 2, a particular. It is a combination between verb and particular. Comes together like for example, go on, okay, or take off. Or whatever we have here. We will see many different kind of verbs that I'm going to bring it for you in order to distinguish and to differentiate between these kind of phrasal verbs. Okay, gentlemen and girls, here we have particular. Particle is a word that is used as an adverb or a preposition. As I told you, gentlemen and girls, it's talking about prepositional and adverb comes to the verb. Okay, prepositional or adverb comes to the verb. Okay, the particular gives the verb, okay, different meaning and the combination between different particulars to create different meanings. When you comes to each other, when you connected with each other, that create another meaning. Okay, if it is a verb, if it is an adverb, or if it is prepositional, to add it to the verb in order to create another different meaning. Okay, here we have many examples. Okay, examples number 1, we have, as you see here, gentlemen and girls, we have here, didn't you like the dinner? Okay, we have here, didn't, this is yes no question. Okay, you only picked at it. We have picked at. Picked is the verb and at is a prepositional. It's not adverb, it is a prepositional. It is a prepositional. Okay, you see this at is a prepositional and picked is a verb. We have combination between or connection between verb and prepositional to create another word, which is, we call it another meaning or another situation for this one. Okay, we have picked at, it means eat without enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, okay, eat without enthusiasm, that to eat too much. Okay, okay, or we don't like it, you don't like it to eat without, I'm eating with that's why I don't like it. Okay, here we have question or example number 2. My sister picks on me for being a vegetarian. Okay, this one, the other one, which is here, we have also pick. It is a verb, okay, and on is a preposition. Okay, it comes together to make a new word, a new different meaning. Okay, which let's see together which one, which is tease. Okay, that tease means to give you a any big on, which is referring to being a vegetarian. Okay. Number 3, example number 3, which is talking about we need to pick out a restaurant for the celebration. Pick out. We have here different one. Okay, pick out. Out here, is it a prepositional or adverb? It's not a prepositional. It is an adverb. And this we can combination another different meaning, which is means select or choose. We can say select or choose. As I told you, gentlemen and girls, you have to focus what this grammar is talking about. Verb, adverb, and preposition comes together in order to create different meaning. You see here we have different kinds of examples to differentiate between these kinds of grammar. Here we have the last one we have here, I think. Will you pick up a gallon of milk on your way home? That means to get or to bring or to buy. Bring it with you, get it. Bring it with you, that means to get it. Okay? Pick up here, we have here pick up, pick out, and pick on, and pick at. Okay, this it has with adverb and prepositional. We have to move to the other slide, okay, but before that we have many questions here. Should we pick out a new color for the classroom for boys and girls? Okay, if you wanted to paint your classroom, okay, if you wanted to change the color of your classroom, should you pick out a new color for the classroom? You can do that or you cannot. Of course you can do that. Okay, pick out here, it means to choose, to select, to choose a different color or different one. Okay, do the other students ever pick on you? Okay, that means to get or to tease you. Okay, here we have, do you have to pick up anything on you in your way when you come back to home? When you come back to home, you have to pick up. Okay, pick up, to take something with you, to buy something for you, for example, for your families, for your fathers or for your mothers or for your sisters and brothers. Okay, to pick up, to give them as a present or as a gift. Okay, that means pick it up. Okay, we have many examples here. We have to choose now, okay, to apply what we studied before. Okay, now it's a time to practice. It's a time to practice what we studied before, okay? In the first slide, which is grammar 1 phrasal verbs. Here we have, according to your opinion, can you open your book on page 58 and read all of these examples, okay? And try to answer with me. I am going to answer it and to solve it for you. Okay, my sister has gone where? We can say a prepositional or adverb. Okay, on. Gone on to many crazy diets. Okay, as you see here we have two daughters or two sisters. They are talking about diets. Okay, you want to be healthy, but it is difficult for them to be a diet. Okay, let's see together what they are doing. Okay, last month she was on a diet that called what? What do you think? Called up, called over, called out, called on, called off, called into, called for. Called for. Yes, you are right. Excellent. You are right. Called for. Here for. Eat almost nothing about grapefruit all the day. Just she eats only grapefruit. And this is not healthy for her. Okay, it is not a good diabetic for her. Okay, or diabetic for her. Okay, it's not good for her because maybe make a lot of problems and a lot of trouble for her health. Okay, don't make a diet for yourself. Okay, because you can eat, but you can schedule a time for that, and you can do something good for you. Okay, there is some procedures from doctors and from specialists to give you in order to be a diet man or a girl. Okay, here we have number 3. Initially, the diet seems to work. Okay, it's okay, but here there is a problem. Okay, we have they take weight what? Off. Take weight off quickly. But a few weeks later my sister always seems to put the weight on, okay? Again, and the diet were making her tired and weak. She is very tired and she is very weak. Why? Because she didn't eat good food for herself, okay? I pointed out to her last week, and we talked over my concerns. I asked her to figure up. We can say also out, okay? Figure out again. We have to use it twice, no problem, it's okay. We have to use it twice. Figure out, this is we call it, okay? A better way of losing weight. She thought it over and agreed to give up. To give up means stop, okay? To give up, it means stop. The crazy diet. It is a crazy diet. Do you agree with me? It's a crazy diet or not? Don't do a crazy diet for your health, okay? It's not good for you, boys and girls. Try to avoid yourself a trouble and the problems for your health, okay? Try to eat and try to schedule your health, okay, or your diets, okay? She is going to look into more sensible diets. Yeah, look for sensible diets in order to save your life, okay? Diets, if you don't eat, this is also make a problem for yourself. Here we have the last one, which is she is going to try to burn off calories with more exercise. Yes, if you want to burn calories, you have to exercise. You have to do some exercise. If you eat and sleep, you will be fat, okay? You have to do some exercise, okay? Exercise that means burn calories, okay? This is about grammar 1. We have to move to the other slide, which is talking about grammar 2. Grammar 2 is talking about separable and non-separable phrasal verb. Here we have some phrasal verbs are non-separable, okay? The noun and the pronoun. We have the noun and the pronoun. As you hear, gentlemen and girls, we have here the noun and the pronoun. Here we have always follows the particle, okay? Here we have particle, okay? Here we have the verb, and here we have the separable phrasal verbs, okay? We have the noun and the pronoun. You see, the noun and pronoun. As you see here, gentlemen and girls, we have here we have the noun and we have the pronoun, okay? It comes after the verb. It comes after the particular, okay? We have, as you see here, gentlemen and girls, we have into. This noun and pronoun comes after. It not comes before, as you see here. I ran into. This is wrong. Don't use like that. Don't say like that. It's wrong to do like that one, okay? The second one here, I ran into her, okay? I ran into her, as you see here, gentlemen and girls. We have here, I ran into her. This is a correct because the pronoun a comes after, not before and not between, okay? After, okay? After the particular. We have here many examples like call for, comes across, come from, go on, look into, run into, and tear off and turn off. For example, if I'm going to ask you to switch off the light, we can switch it off, okay? And we can switch it off, and we can also switch off the light, okay? These we can use it in both cases, okay? But here we can say, for example, here, ran into. All of these verbs that we have to use it with the noun and the pronoun comes after the particular, okay? Many phrasal verbs are separable. Noun object can come after particle like this one. The chef cut up the steak into small pieces. Can we say it by another way? Yes, we can. Can we do it with another way? Yes, we can. Okay. Who can do it? Who can change it? We can say the chef cut the steak up into pieces. We can say the chef cut, move up here, the steak up into small pieces. We can see it here, okay? An object can come between what? Between the verb and between the noun. You see here the particular. The noun object, this is the noun object. As you see the stick here, we have the noun object. It comes between these two, one, the red one and the blue one. You can put it inside between them, and we can say the sheep cut the stick up into small pieces. As you see here, we can see, it's so clear for you, gentlemen and girls. You see here, the chief cut the stick up into small pieces. I think it's so clear for you now, gentlemen and girls. Okay, this is about grammar 2, which is talking about separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Okay, here we have the last, or the one before the last. We have also here the pronoun object, as I told you, gentlemen and girls. Okay, pronoun object like she, her, you, your, whatever, they, them. Okay, we call it pronoun object. Okay, where can we put it? Where can we put it? Can we put it after the particular, before the particular, between the verb and the particular? Where can we put it? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you by this slide. Okay, here we have, as you see, gentlemen and girls, here we have the pronoun object is used. It comes between what? Verb and particular. Between verb and particular, it comes between them. We call it pronoun object, like what? Like you, they, them, whatever. Okay, etc. The sheep cut it. It here referring to what? Referring to what? To the stick. Okay, it comes to that. It here referring to the stick, the small stick of meat. Okay, or lamb. Okay, that we don't say it, gentlemen and girls. This one, the sheep cut up it. Don't say something like that. It's wrong. If you say something like this, it is, we call it ungrammatical way. But the good grammar, you have to use this one, the shape, cut it up into small pieces. Okay, here we have many verbs, or many phrasal verbs. We call it separable phrasal verbs. Okay, like burn off, point out, talk over, turn down, cut up, put on, tell part, turn into. All of these verbs, we can use it with a separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Figure out, send back, think over, wake up. We have fit in, take off, throw away, and whip up. Okay, all of these verbs, and we call it phrasal verbs. Give up, take out, throw out. Okay, the second, or the slide that is going to come, okay, now, okay, it is to how to apply these verbs, how to apply these phrasal verbs. How can you apply it? It's not a verb, it's a phrasal verbs. What do you mean by phrasal verbs? This is a verb, okay? Verb. The first one is a verb, but the second one, no, it's not a verb. Oh, it is, we call it a prepositional or adverb. Prepositional, okay, adverb, prepositional, like that one, okay. All of these, we come to each other, or comes to close with each other, in order to create different meaning and different word. Here we have, gentlemen, we have some sentences here. What I want all of you to bring a piece of paper, okay, and to bring a pen or a pencil, and to write these sentences by another way. You have to write it again, okay, by different way. Okay, I'm going to give you the first slide, okay, the first one. For example, on page 58. Open your box page on page 58 and try to answer this question B, and try to compare between your answer and my answer that I'm going to give you right now. Gentlemen and girls, here we have the first example is done for you. Okay, here we have we came across a great recipe. Okay, as you see here, we is a pronoun, came as a verb, across is a phrasal verb, and the great recipe is. As you see, we can return it or can rewrite it again, the same pronoun. We, came, across, it. But it here, it could be as we call it non-separable phrasal verb. Okay, but here we can see the other example. Here we have, I'm going to send back this food. I'm going to send this back food. Okay. I'm going to send back this food. How can I rewrite it again? How can I change it? How can I use it another way to write it? Okay, it's easy. Just bring a piece of paper and try with me. Okay, I am going to sin, then stop. Fluctuate, it means change. We call it here the noun. Change the noun, okay, to the pronoun. Okay, here we have this food is a noun. Okay, we can change it to the pronoun which is referring to it. Then add back. You have to put this one before. Okay, before back. It could be like this one. We call it, is it separable or non-separable? It's a separable if we put it like this one. It's a separable one. But one here, if you put it like this one at the end of the sentence, we call it non-separable phrasal verb. Okay, this is one is done for you. The second one, who can do it for me? Okay, if you can do it for me now, gentlemen and girls, okay, you can do it. Okay, number 2, here we have, most people can't tell apart I am from a sweet potato. As I told you, most people cannot tell them apart. Them is referring to the green one, the green line here. As you see here, gentlemen and girls, we have the green one which is referring to the pronoun object. This is, we call it pronoun object, which is come between tell apart. It's a separable or non-separable, gentlemen and girls. It's a separable. Yes, that's correct. Or that's good. Okay, number 3. Here we have, gentlemen and girls, we have, you need to throw out the moldy cheese. You need what? Throw. You need throw it out. You need throw it out. As you see, here we have cheese is a singular, and we have to put it between to the verbs and the adverbs or the prepositional. We call it separable or non-separable, gentlemen. We call it separable. Okay. Next. Number 4. I never tire of chocolate. I never tire of chocolate. Do you like chocolate, by the way? Do you like dark chocolate and cocoa? Okay, that's good. Okay. Anyhow, I never tire of it. You see, the same one as the example that done for you before. Okay. Do you think it's a separable or non-separable here? We call it, it's a non-separable one. Okay, it's a non-separable one here, gentlemen. Number 4. Okay. We have number 5. Wake up, Jenna, for breakfast. Wake here. Here we have the pronoun object. Here for breakfast. As you see, gentlemen and girls, if you put it between the verb and the particle, we call it separable. If you put it after, we call it non-separable. Okay. This is other one. It's separable one. And number 6, I never turn down dessert. Okay, I never turn it down. As you see here, like switch it off and switch it on. Here, this is example. We call it separable. Switch it on and switch it off. For example, TV or lights or something, or radio or whatever you want. Okay, here we have separable one. Let's throw out these old bottles. How can we solve this one? How can do this one? This example, how can we do it? Okay, it's easy for you, gentlemen and girls. Just look at me. I will do it as to conclude this slides. Okay, let's throw. Okay, then move this one here and bring it this one here. Okay, you see here, one, move it here and bring it that. Let's throw out these old bottles out. Let's see. Yes, it's correct. Let's throw these old bottles out. Okay, this is one way. This is by the noun. But what about the pronoun? How can we change this one to make it as a pronoun object? Okay, these old bottles, is it a singular or a plural? I think it's plural. Do you agree with me? Yes, you agree. Okay. Oh, these old bottles, we can say, let's throw them out. Yes, you are right. You are correct. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's throw them out. This is, we call it separable one or separable phrasal verbs. Don't, by the way, don't use this one. Don't use. Let's throw out them. If you do something like this, we call it ungrammatical case. And don't do it, gentlemen and girls, by this one. Okay, this is the second slide for phrasal verbs, what we call it, separable and non-separable. The last slide, which is talking about the three-word phrasal. The three-word phrasal verbs. And this one, we call this one, and it is referring to non-separable phrasal verbs. Gentlemen and girls, as you see here, gentlemen and girls, three-word phrasal verbs consist of what? Please pay attention and take care about that, what I'm going to talk about it. Number one, verb. Number two, particle. And number three, prepositional. It comes three with each other. Three sections comes to create one word. Okay? Three parts. Verb, particle, and preposition. Three things that we come close or come next to each other in order to create different meanings and good word. Okay, here we have verb, particle, preposition. The three-word phrasal verbs are non-separable. They are not coming separable. They are coming non-separable, gentlemen and girls. The pronoun or the object always comes after the phrasal verb at the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence, that the noun or the pronoun comes at the end of the sentence. Let's see together this example. As you see here, the doctor says, you must, number one, cut, verb, down, adverb, and on, we call it preposition, okay, or particle. This is, we call it particle, okay, cut, verb, down, particle, and on, we call it preposition. Okay, then the noun and the pronoun is coming after. You see here sugar. It's come at the end of the sentence. It's come at the end of the sentence, gentlemen and girls. Okay, you see here many examples. Don't say, please don't say, and don't use something like that. You must cut sugar down on. No, this is not good way to say it in English, okay? This is not correct, okay? It's ungrammatical, as I told you before, okay? Here we have many words and many, we call it three-word phrasal verbs. Three-word phrasal verbs. Verb, particle, prepositional. Verb, particle, prepositional. Verb, particle, prepositional. Verb, particle, prepositional. They come to with each others. Okay, we will see many examples here. Okay, come down with, fill up to, get rid of, make, do with, come up with, the same. Okay, come down, come up, get away with, load up on, run out of. Okay, as I told you, gentlemen and girls, please pay attention for this. Okay, pay attention for this. Three, I am coming to repeat it again. Three ways. Okay, number one, verb. Number two, particle. And number three, we call it prepositional. As you see this example, don't put at all. Don't put at all pronoun or noun before or in between. No, pronoun and noun comes after, at the end of the sentence. Okay, as you see here, we can say cut down on sugar. Okay, now we have to apply this one. Okay, gentlemen and girls, complete the three-word phrasal verbs. Number one is done for you. As you see here, I don't feel up to going out to dinner tonight. It's an example that's done for you. But number one, who can tell me what we can write here? Which we can choose here? Run what? Run off, run out, run in, run along, whatever. What do you think? In this example, I wanted to make a comparison between you and myself, okay? And who is the fast to write it as quickly as you can, okay? Bring a piece of paper or your book and try to answer it as you can, okay? Here I'm going to talk about number one. He ran to the supermarket because we ran blah, blah, blah milk. Okay, number one, out of. Ran out of milk. Number two, these shoes are old. I think I will get rid of them. She has heart problems. Her doctor told to cut down fatty foods. And number 4, they came down with food poisoning after they ate the spoiled milk. Number 5, marathon runners often load up on pasta the night before a race. And number 6, we have here the last one in this slide. We can say it, we are looking forward to trying the new Indian restaurant. Okay, by the end of this slide, we are coming to close this session and this lessons about grammar. Thank you for your listening, gentlemen and girls, and see you inshallah in the next lessons. Thank you and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.